folks. It's Friday night. People might get a bit confused, and hopefully some of you are after tuning in this evening.
But I can't tune in. I can see them in, but I can't get in.
Okay, so maybe something's not letting them in either, Kathleen. But good evening, folks. Anyway, this is episode 84. First time we've deviated from the Saturday night to a Friday night. Reason being is that we're going to a wedding tomorrow of one of our neighbours, our good friend's daughter, and Niamh, and sing a song especially for Niamh and Bernard later. And so that's the only reason we'll deviate if we're really forced to do so. And we're looking forward to socialising a little bit tomorrow safely. Are you looking forward to it, Kathleen?
Oh gosh, a bit of normality.
Check in
really.
after tomorrow and you'll see some nice pictures of Kathleen with her dress. Where did you get the dress, Kathleen? Can you tell? It's a secret for now, is it?
No. North Carolina.
Where else would you get it, you know? Jill Crawford, I think, was a good help to you getting Michael Fox's sister down there near Hickory in North Carolina. Anyway, autumn time is coming here, and some of the trees are turning a little bit. It's nothing golden yet, but this is a song I wrote. The autumn time has come again. Oh, the autumn time has come again, and the leaves are falling down. Everything around us turns a golden shade of brown. The days are getting shorter as the evening closes in. Summer's gone, winter's nigh, and it's autumn time again. The tourists are all headed home, and the kids are back at school. The firewood is gathered to keep winter fires aflume. The crops have all been harvested and the fodder's safely stored. Summer's gone, winter's nigh, and it's autumn time once more. The autumn time has come again and the leaves are falling down. Everything around us turns a golden shade of brown. The days are getting shorter as the evening closes in. Summer's gone, winter's nigh, and it's autumn time again. Birds prepare for a journey south and head for warmer shores. The winds are turning colder 'cause it's summertime no more. The salmon are returning to their breeding grounds to spawn. Summer's gone, winter's nigh, and the autumn time once more. The autumn time has come again, and the leaves are falling down. Everything around us turns a golden shade of brown. The days are getting shorter as the evening closes in. Summer's gone and winter's nigh, and it's autumn time again. The bush and trees are laden down with berries and nuts and fruit. The hedgehog eats more than his fill, the squirrel has nuts to boot. The flowers are fading from our view, sun's lower in the sky. It's autumn now, winter's gone, and it's summertime. It's autumn now, summer's gone, and winter time is nigh. Oh, the autumn time has come again, and the leaves are falling down. Everything around us turns a golden shade of brown. The days are getting shorter as the evening closes in. Summer's gone and winter's nigh, it's autumn time again. Oh, the autumn time has come again, and the leaves are falling down. And everything around us turns a golden shade of brown. The days are getting shorter as the evening closes in. Summer's gone and winter's nigh, it's autumn time again. Summer's gone and winter's nigh, it's autumn time again. How are we doing, Kathleen? Have you a few more in?
A few more in, but I'm in and out. It's hopefully it'll.
Anyone else having any problems?
I have no idea.
You see the comments, no?
Oh yeah, I can, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, folks. Sang that one on a key too low, but I stuck with it, Kathleen. I didn't want to stop, yeah. Okay, well, one of our loyal listeners, Liz Armstrong from Dublin, birthday was yesterday. Liz, when you get to see this, if you're not looking in already, next song is for you. And I know she's got close connections to one of the next, or the song that I'm going to sing next was a winning song for Ireland in 1994 in the Eurovision Song Contest, and it was performed by Charlie McGettigan, one of my favourite Irish artists, and Paula Parrington. He's a partner in crime, another great artist, and it's called Rock and Roll Kids, and it's one of my favourite songs. And as I mentioned before, we're not very lucky these days in winning, or coming close to winning the Eurovision Song Contest. So I decided about, I think it was 2014, Kathleen, that I learned this song, because it had been 20 years since we had won the song contest, and this one was probably the most suitable for a guy with an acoustic guitar. Great song called Rock and Roll Kids. I remember 62, I was 16 and so were you, and we lived next door in the avenue. Jerry Lee was big and Elvis too, blue jeans and blue suede shoes, and we never knew what life held in store. We just wanted to rock and roll forevermore. We were the rock and roll kids. Rock and roll was all we did, listening to those songs on the radio. I was yours and you were mine, but that was once upon a time. Now we never seem to rock and roll anymore. Johnny's in love with the girl next door, Mary's down at the record store. They don't want to be around us no more. Golden oldies and we hardly speak, too busy running to a different beat. Hard to understand, we were just like them. How I wish we could find those rock and roll days again. We were the rock and roll kids. Rock and roll was all we did, listening to those songs on the radio. I was yours and you were mine, but that was once upon a time. Now we never seem to rock and roll anymore. Let's go again. We were the rock and roll kids. Rock and roll was all we did, listening to those songs on the radio. I was yours and you were mine, but that was once upon a time. Now we never seem to rock and roll. We just never seem to rock and roll. We just never seem to rock and roll anymore. Yolanda does a pont. All right, let's go for we'll dedicate this one to, I'll sing happy birthday to Liz, I forgot. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Liz. things are opening up supposedly here, Kathleen, on October the 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
We're not sure what's in store for us, but we're hoping that things will be safe and social, and we'll be optimistic, as they say. Okay, the next one I'll dedicate to another lady who was living in Dublin, Cork lady, Carmel Smith, and oh, she likes the waltzes, Kathleen. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She waltzes around the kitchen or the living room. Carmel, if I was with you in the room, I'd waltz with you, no problem. Then we'd have known to sing the song, but we could sing it as we waltz together. Hey, roaring board, and the county Galway, one pleasant evening, and the month of May, I spied a damsel, she was fair and handsome, her beauty fairly took my breath away. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint in her powder, oh no, none at all. She wore a bonnet with a ribbon on it, and around her shoulder was a Galway shawl. She kept on talking, we kept on walking, till her father's cottage came into view. She said, "Come in, sir, and meet me father, and play to please him the foggy Jew." I played the blackbird and the stack of Barney, Rodney's glory and the foggy Jew. She sang each note like an Irish linnet, till the tears they fell from her eyes of blue. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint in her powder, oh no, none at all. She wore a bonnet with a ribbon on it, and round her shoulder was a Galway shawl. Well, 'twas early, all in the morning, I hit the road for old Donegal. She said, "Goodbye, sir," and she cried and kissed me, but my heart remains with the Galway shawl. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint in her powder, oh no, none at all. She wore a bonnet with a ribbon on it, and round her shoulder was a Galway shawl, and round her shoulder was a Galway shawl. Just thinking, Kathleen, in America, if people are probably still at work.
Yeah.
You know, I'm making excuses. And they might pop in later on. It's with time zones, it's hard to accomplish everything, I suppose. And Saturdays, even Saturday is great when people tune in from other time zones. Really appreciate it. And big hello to Cavan and Penelope right on there in New Zealand. Is David MacDonald in from Stranraer?
Yep.
David, this one is especially for you. I love Scottish songs. I wish I could sing in that Scottish lilt. I wish I could. I'd love to be able to do it. It really is so infectious when you hear it. And David puts on some great, beautiful songs. And we were discussing our techniques and our use of partial capos or capos and the kind of drop D sound. I love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like a melody that's sweetly played in tune. Fair art thou, my bonny lass, say deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry, till all the seas gang dry, my love, till all the seas gang dry, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry, till all the seas gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun, and I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run. Fare thee well, my only love, and fare thee well a while, and I will come again, my love, though 'twere 10,000 miles, though 'twere 10,000 miles, my love, though 'twere 10,000 miles, and I will come again, my love, though 'twere 10,000 miles. My love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like a melody that's sweetly played in tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lass, say deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry, till all the seas gang dry, my love, till all the seas gang dry, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry. Thank you, folks. Hope you like that one. I love that song. Do you, Kathleen?
Beautiful. I love it, yeah.
I'm asking you everything about every song now. You have to say yes, don't you?
I wouldn't believe in me.
I sang out a tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. But I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. And how do you feel when your love is away? Are you sad because you're all alone? What do you feel by the end of the day? Does it worry you to be on your own? Well, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love. Would you believe in a love at first sight? I'm certain it happens all the time. But what do you see when you turn on the lights? I can't tell you, but I know it's mine. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Let's go. Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love. What would you do if I sang out a tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I try not to sing out of key. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. La 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 la. Get by with a little help from my friends. Well, this today is actually the World Suicide Prevention Day, and we'll sing a song in a minute, written by Ralph Mattel, which kind of puts things into perspective. Luckily, I don't suffer from any severe depression, and but it could happen to anyone at any time, I suppose. And we remember all those folks who are suffering today, and hopefully there's light at the end of their tunnel. That's as much as I'm going to say, and I'll just mention it again later, dedicating it. It's a couple of songs to that, and I get by with a little help from my friends, and I suppose there's a message in that song. And okay, I'm going to do a song written by Eric Bogle, another Scotsman, and I know David is definitely proud of this guy. He's one of my favourite folk artists of our time, still going strong down there in Adelaide area of Australia. He left Scotland in 1969 and moved to Australia, where he's lived ever since, and gave us some great songs. And one of the first songs I heard Eric Bogle, one of Eric Bogle's songs was, and the band played Waltzing Matilda, when Liam Clancy recorded it with Tommy Makem as the duo, Makem and Clancy. And I did I did a version of that last, was it 2 weeks ago, Kathleen? We had Makem and Clancy special, I think it was, yeah.
I think. Time is
I did a version with the banjos, as a matter of fact, and the band played Waltzing Matilda. I got a nice response from Eric himself, and he said it suited the banjo, that song. But anyway, of course I'm ranting on. I'm going to sing another anti-war song that he wrote called. There's three different names for it really. Greenfields of France. It was a big hit for the Fury Brothers and Davy Arthur back in, I think, '79, I think, and a fantastic version of that song. And Macon McClancy, the aforementioned, did a version, and they entitled it Willie McBride, and Eric himself calls it No Man's Land. And we dedicate this to all our friends in Australia, and particularly to Mike Horan, and down there in Melbourne. I think, oh no, sorry, I keep getting that wrong. He's out on the coast.
He's going to kill you.
He kills me when he catches me. But I think we have a lot of banter going without ever meeting each other, and we have a lot of things to straighten out. Especially when two long neck banjo players meet together, it can be
That could be
a
dangerous.
recipe for disaster. Even swinging the necks around, you can kill someone with those weapons of mass destruction. Well, how do you do, young Willie McBride? Do you mind if I sit here down by your graveside? I'll rest for a while in the warm summer sun. I've been walking all day and I'm nearly done. I see by your gravestone you were only 19 when you joined the Great Fallen in 1916. Well, I hope you died well, and I hope you died clean. But Willie McBride, was it slow and obscene? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er you as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? Did you leave there a wife or a sweetheart behind? To some faithful heart is your memory enshrined. And though you died back in 1916, to that faithful heart are you forever 19? Are you a stranger without even a name, enclosing forever behind the glass pane? In an old photograph, torn, battered and stained, fading to yellow in a brown leather frame. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er you as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the floors of the forest? Well, the sun now it shines on those green fields of France. A warm wind blows swiftly, makes the red poppies dance. And look how the sun shines from under the clouds. There's no gas, no barbed wire, there's no guns firing now. Here in this graveyard, it's still no man's land. The countless white crosses stand mute in the sand. To a man's blind indifference to his fellow man, to a whole generation that were butchered and damned. Did they be run slowly, did they play the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er you as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? A young Willie McBride, I can't help wondering why. To those who lie here, know why did they die? And did they believe when they told you the cause? Did they really believe that this war would end wars? Oh, the sorrow, the suffering, the glory, the pain, the killing and dying was all done in vain. For young Willie McBride, it all happened again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er you as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er you as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? That's my own half-arse version between the Furies and Eric Sohn and Liam Clancy. Chorus might be unfamiliar to some of you folks, some of the lyrics, but that's the way he wrote it, kind of. And I like doing different versions. I go for a great old song this time. Dedicate this to Denver Smith over there in UK, and happy birthday, Denver. Is today his birthday, Kathleen? Or
My
roughly?
Ellen Jones wished him happy birthday, so.
Well, you can't be too. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Denver. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Denver. Hope you had a good one from me and Kathleen. Okay, I'll do this. I love this whole song. I've been singing this one for years, Kathleen. And years and years and years. And I just, as I said before, I have always have a visual little movie running in my mind. As Finn Barfury would say, on the inside of your eyelids. And speaking to a lot of other singers, there seems to be the same story. And if you could extract all those movies out, that's my, what would you say? I'd be very intrigued if you could extract everyone's movies and compare the differences and the similarities. And because the movie, particularly for meaningful songs, it's just pretty much the same vision I have every time. And anyway, this one was brought to years by the great Irish treasure Christy Moore, way back with Planksty, called As I Roved Out. All about a soldier meeting his lady, unknown to her mother. On horseback. I keep on saying it, Kathleen. I see him throwing the pebble up at the young maiden's window. What do you see, Kathleen? Or have you brainwashed?
I think you've me brainwashed saying the same thing as you.
Oh, who are you, my pretty fair maid? Who are you, me honey? Who are you, my pretty fair maid? And who are you, me honey? She answered me quite modestly, I am me mother's darling, with me too, right? Fall a little da, diary, fall a little, there we go. Oh, will you come to me mother's house when the moon is shining clearly? Will you come to me mother's house when the moon is shining clearly? I'll open the door and let you in, and devil the one will hear us with me too, right? Fall a little da, diary, fall a little, there we go. I went to her house in the middle of the night, the moon was shining clearly. I went to her house in the middle of the night when the moon was shining clearly. She opened the door, she let me in, devil the one that hear us with me too, right? Fall a little da, diary, fall a little, there we go. She took me horse by the bridle and the bit, led him to the stable. She took me horse by the bridle and the bit, and she led him to the stable. The 20 volts for the soldier's horse, to it if he is able, with me too, right? Fall a little da, diary, fall a little, there we go. Then she took me by the lily white hand, led me to the table. She took me by the lily white hand, and she led me to the table. 20 wine for the soldier boy, drink it if you're able, with me too, right? Fall a little da, diary, fall a little, there we go. Then I got up and made a bed, I made it nice and easy. I got up and made a bed, and I made it nice and easy. I got up and laid her down, saying, lassie, are you able, with me too, right? Fall a little da, diary, fall a little, there we go. There we lay till the break of the day, and devil the one that hear us. There we lay till the break of the day, and devil the one that hear us. I rose, put on me clothes, saying, lassie, I must lay you with me too, right? Fall a little da, diary, fall a little, there we go. When will you return again? When will we get married? When will you return again? And when will we get married? The broken shells make Christmas bells, then might we get married, with me too, right? Fall a little da, diary, fall a little, there we go. With me too, right? Fall a little da, diary, fall a little, there we go. With me too, right? Fall a little da, diary, fall a little, there we go. Okay, well, as I mentioned earlier, the reason we're doing the Friday night concert is because we're going to a wedding tomorrow, and this wedding is a wedding of Niamh and Bernard. And Niamh was one of our babysitters, Kathleen, when our kids were young.
It's true.
So does that mean we're getting old or what?
Unfortunately,
It
yes.
also means consolation is Niamh is getting old as well, because she's getting married. We wish her the very best, and we're really looking forward to the wedding tomorrow. I think she had to postpone it several times, Kathleen.
I think this is third or fourth
Time. Yeah, it's very hard for young folks that want to get married with the pandemic holding things up, and so we're off to wish them well tomorrow, and we're dressing up, Kathleen. Yeah.
Definitely.
So, Kathleen, I'm going to take a nice picture of you with your lovely dress on you, and you take a dress on you, your dress on you. It's a kind of a stupid thing to say, isn't it? It's all a bit of fun, and So if you want to see me in a suit, folks, you better take one early in the day, Kathleen, before I get the meal in my tummy.
That can happen.
Yeah. But this next song I'm going to sing, dedicated to Niamh and Bernard, wishing them the very, very best into the future. And it's a song I love singing to, people who are about to get married or entering a relationship or cohabiting or whatever. And it's called The Voyage, written by Johnny Doohan. Johnny is one of our prolific songwriters in our country and has written beautiful songs. But this one has been his most famous, I suppose. And again, Christine Moore was instrumental in bringing this to our ears, and deserves its recognition, because I think it's a vision for me. It's basically telling you to take the good with the bad, ride the storms, and hopefully reach your destination of true love and contentment along this voyage through your life with your loved one, and compares it to the voyage of a ship. There's no maps, no charts. You got to find your own way there. I am a sailor, you're my first mates. We signed on together, we coupled our fate. Hauled up our anchor, determined not to fail. For a heart's treasure, together set sail. With no maps to guide us, we steered our own course. Rode out the storms when the winds were gale force. We sat out the doldrums and patience and hope. Us working together, we learned how to cope. Life is an ocean, love is a boat. In troubled waters, it keeps us afloat. When we started the voyage, there was just me and you. Gathered round us, we have our own crew. Together we're in this relationship, bitted with care for to last the whole trip. True destinations not marked on any charts. We're navigating to the shores of the heart. Life is an ocean, love is a boat. In troubled waters, it keeps us afloat. When we started a voyage, there was just me and you. Now gathered round us, we have our own crew. Life is an ocean, love is a boat. In troubled waters, it keeps us afloat. When we started a voyage, there was just me and you. Now gathered round us, we have our own crew. Now gathered round us, we have our own crew. Especially for Niamh and Bernard. wishing them the very best into the future. And as I mentioned, today is World Suicide Prevention Day, and I'm going to do a song written by Ralph Mattel. And discussed this song with Ralph himself when we met him in Dundee, Kathleen, and he enlightened me that what I was guessing was what it was about. Okay, it's called Up, and hope you like it. When you look to the hill you must climb, and your doubts will not disappear. Don't look down, look ahead, isn't that what they said? It's a long way up from down here. To be fearless does not mean you're brave. To be brave means you have to know fear. Each crevice, each grip, each foothold, each slip, it's a long way down from up here. So rise with the morning and run to the hills until you can run no more. Like a bird set free from the chains of the night and rise from the valley floor. The bigger the hill, the more shade. Deep in the dark lurks the fear. On top all alone, the only shadows you roam. It's a long way down from up here. And you remember each painstaking step and the thump of your heart in your ear. Let it beat like a drum, marshal courage to come. It's a long way down from up here. So rise with the morning and run to the hills until you can run no more. Like a bird set free from the chains of the night and rise from the valley floor. The picture is broader high up, with a view that cannot compare. 360 degrees might bring you to your knees, 'cause it's a long way up from down here. So rise with the morning and run to the hills until you can run no more. Like a bird set free from the chains of the night and rise from the valley floor. So rise with the morning and run to the hills until you can run no more. Like a bird set free from the chains of the night and rise from the valley floor. Some songwriter, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Some songwriter, Ralph Mattel. I like his diversity, you know. Some songwriters you can almost guess which songs they've written, but not Ralph or not Tom Paxton. They just deviate into different topics and different rhythms, different moods. I love that when it's varied. Anyway, we'll dedicate the next couple of songs to Mr. Horan. And this is a great old fishing song, and I loved Barney McKenna's version of this. There's lots of good versions of Wolf Tones, a good version. also dedicated to a Heather Reed over there in California. As I walked by the dockside one evening so fair, to view the salty waters and take the salt air, well, I heard an old fisherman singing a song. Won't you take me away, boys? Me time is not long. Oh, wrap me up in me oilskins and jumper. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, old shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday in Fiddler's Green. Now Fiddler's Green is a place I've heard tell, where the fishermen go if they don't go to hell, and where the skies are all clear and the dolphins do play, and the cold coast of Greenland is far, far away. Oh, wrap me up in me oilskins and jumper. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, oh shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday in Fiddler's Green. Oh, where the skies are all clear and there's never a gale, and the fish jump on board with one swish of their tail, and where you lie at your leisure there's no work to do, and the skipper's below making tea for the crew. Oh, wrap me up in me oilskins and jumpers. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, oh shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday in Fiddler's Green. When you get back on docks and the long trip is true, there's pubs and there's clubs and there's lassies there too, and where the girls are all pretty and the beer it is free, and there's bottles of rum growing from every tree. Oh, wrap me up in me oilskins and jumpers. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Tell me, oh shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday in Fiddler's Green. I don't want a harp or a halo, not me. Just give me a breeze and a good rolling sea, and I play me old squeeze box as we sail along. Oh, with the wind in the rigging to sing me a song. Come on, wrap me up in me oilskins and jumpers. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, oh shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday you, folks. And the next one, we remember Bobby Clancy. Kathleen, you've great memories and fond memories of Bobby Clancy from Clancy Brothers. And he ended up living in the homestead in William Street in Carrickensure. And towards the end of his life in particular, I got to know him a lot better. We used to dabble around with long neck banjos and try and set him up better and get different tones from them. And Bobby, of course, is full of devilment and roguery, wasn't he, Kathleen?
He sure
he'd
was.
wind you up. And eventually I copped onto it, and I think he knew I copped onto it. He said, I like you, he said, you know. And then he'd take us out, take me out, and if anyone else was with me for sessions, and in the local pubs. And he had such a fantastic way of getting people's attention in pub situations. Very hard thing to achieve, because I've been trying it for the last 40 years, Kathleen. Sometimes it works, more times it doesn't. But he just had everything, like the Clancy's and Tommy Makem had. This acting was in them, this poetry was in them, this storytelling was in them, this devilment was in them. And of course they could sing like no tomorrow, and they had songs for every occasion. And anyway, here was a song that I just used to love Bobby singing. And I asked him one day, I said, can I have the lyrics of this song? And he said, no problem. He rang me back and wrote it down with a pen and paper. And he said, do you know who wrote the song? And I said, no. He said, Tommy Makem. And I said, that's probably why I like it, you know. And Bobby's version was different to Tommy's version. Tommy's is an unusual deviation for Tommy, if you look it up on YouTube. And it's called There'll Be No More Good Times. And Bobby also gave me a monologue separately, and I kind of married the two together. A four-liner which is so meaningful. He said, one life is all you'll ever have. Slow down before you lose it, for it seems a crime to make good time and then not live to use it. There'll be no more good times from the pen of Tommy Makem. Hopefully there'll be many more good times. There'll be no more good times now that you leave. Nothing but sorrow at my door. All I see is rain from my dusty window pane. I'll never find the good times anymore, anymore. Never find the good times anymore. Well, once I walked the rainbow, moon on a string, heard the ocean laughing and heard the mountain sing. Saw a ship a-sailing on the voyage to the sun. But that was in the good times, and the good times are all gone. All together. There'll be no more good times now that you're leaving. Nothing but sorrow at my door. And all I see is rain from my dusty window pane. I'll never find the good times anymore, anymore. Never find the good times anymore. But I filled my hand with stars and I gave it to the sea. Cut a peal of thunder and made it smile for me. I drifted in the autumn leaves where the rippling rivers run. But that was in the good times, and the good times are all gone. There'll be no more good times now that you're leaving. Nothing but sorrow at my door. All I see is rain from my dusty window pane. I'll never find the good times anymore, anymore. Never find the good times anymore. Well, the rainbow that I walked upon has vanished from the sky. The golden river is muddy and the moonbeams pass me by. And the ship that I saw sailing would never reach the sun. For that was in the good times, and the good times are all gone. There'll be no more good times now that you're leaving. Nothing but sorrow at my door. All I see is rain from my dusty window pane. I'll never find the good times anymore, anymore. Never find the good times anymore. There'll be Okay, folks, we're sending best wishes out to Seamus Kennedy over there in the United States, and hope you get better soon, Seamus. He got some surgery done in his left hand, I think, one of his hands, and we wish him well. And every time I look at this tuner here and this guitar, Kathleen, I think of Seamus. He gave it to me back in Dingle as a gift, and I treasured it ever since, and it keeps my guitar in tune. I'm not sure whether he was trying to tell me something or not, Kathleen. That guy's guitar is never in tune, so the best solution for that is buy him a tuner. And Seamus is good to take jokes because he's a comedian, songwriter, singer. He's an all-rounder and a lovely and generous man. And we wish you speedy recovery and back on the road again, Seamus, because I know you love performing like myself. And okay, no more good times. And okay, I'll do an old murder ballad this time, Kathleen. The banks of the Ohio. I had this one written down on this week's set list. I did it early because I knew we were going to be Friday night show, and lo and behold, the Kruger brothers played it on Wednesday night, Kathleen. Yeah.
That's right.
So I said, I'll leave it in there. I asked my love to take a walk, just a little walk down beside where the waters flow by the banks of the Ohio. Darling, say that you'll be mine in Loa's arms entwined down beside where the waters flow by the banks of the Ohio. I held them light against her breast, as into my arms she pressed. Right away, don't you murder me, I'm not prepared for eternity. Darling, say that you'll be mine. You know what, his arms entwined down beside where the waters flow by the banks of the Ohio. I wandered home about 12 or 1, thinking, Lord, what a deed I've done. Killed the girl I love, you see, because she would not marry me. Darling, say that you'll be mine. You know what, his arms entwined down beside where the waters flow by the banks of the Ohio. The very next day, about 4:30, the sheriff walked right through my door. He said, young man, don't you try to run, you'll pay for this awful crime you've done. Darling, say that you'll be mine. You know what, his arms entwined down beside where the waters flow by the banks doing, Kathleen? Yeah.
All good.
Okay, I'm going to do this one, especially for Eileen. Is Eileen O'Mahony on?
She's on.
Hi, Eileen.
She's on indeed.
All you folks down there on Doris are in good fettle. I think Eileen likes this particular song, Home from the Sea. Well, I certainly do, and Ian Clancy, of course, did a definitive version with Phil Coulter, and we remember those at sea, and the winter is coming, and the days, daylight's getting shorter. Very noticeable the last week or two, Kathleen, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
And but folks make a living out there at sea, not far from where Eileen lives, the south coast, and the Atlantic Ocean can be very, very cruel and strong off our west coast in particular, and that's why the west coast of Ireland is so rugged, and from the angry Atlantic Ocean bashing off our west coast, and gathering a lot of momentum from Gulf and United States, of course, and Canada and all those places. And we're sheltering some of the British coast, of course. But then again, when you look at the west coast of Scotland, it's pretty rugged as well. But anyway, enough talk, Patrick. Remember, especially those who go out and perform rescue missions and when people are at sea in trouble, and the RNLI and the Coast Guard are the two here in Ireland that we owe a lot to, because there's hundreds and thousands of miles of coastline in Ireland if you go around the Atlantic coast. And anyway, this one is called Home from the Sea, and we'll send this out to all the fishermen and the seafarers out there, and Eileen, of course. On a cold winter's night, with the storm at its height, the lifeboat answered the call. They pitched and they tossed till they thought we were lost, as we watched by the harbour wall. Though the night was pitch black, there was no turning back, for someone was waiting out there. But each volunteer had to live with his fear, as they joined in a silent prayer. Carry us home, home, home from the sea. Angels of mercy, answer our plea, and carry us home, home, home from the sea. Carry us safely home from the sea. As they battled their way past the mouths of the bay, it was blowing like never before. As they gallantly fought, every one of them thought of loved ones back on the shore. Then the flicker of lights, and they knew they were right. There she was on the quest of a way. She's an old fishing boat, she's barely afloat. Please God there are souls we can save, and carry them home, home, home from the sea. Angels of mercy, answer our plea, and carry them home, home, home from the sea. Carry them safely home from the sea. I'm back in the town, in a street that runs down to the sea and the harbour wall. They had gathered in pairs at the foot of the stairs to wait for the radio call. Just before dawn, when all hope was gone, came a hush and a faraway sound. 'Twas the coxswain, he roared, all survivors on board, thank God, and we're homeward bound. Carry us home, home, home from the sea. Angels of mercy, answer our plea, and carry us home, home, home from the sea. Carry us safely home from the sea. Home, home, home from the sea. Angels of mercy, answer our plea, and carry us home, home, home from the sea. Carry us safely home from the sea. Okay, Tie Me Down, Kathleen, a song from the repertoire of Mine's Fancy. I've been singing this one for years as well. Tie me down, oh tie me down. Well, you know I never meant to play around. If you love me, you believe me, and I'll go with you now. Oh, but we've got to get together, tie me down. I've been wheels and I've been rails. I've been dusty roads and grassy wagon trails. Still I miss the friends that linger in the streets of my hometown. If you love me, you believe me, tie me down. Tie me down, oh tie me down. Oh well, you know I never meant to play around. If you love me, you believe me, and I'll go with you now. Oh well, we've got to get together, tie me down. Well, I've seen some, yes, more than one. And there's been some things I wish I've never done. Once they branded me a devil when I longed to be a clown. If you love me, you believe me, tie me down. Tie me down, oh tie me down. Oh well, you know I never meant to play around. If you love me, you believe me, and I'll go with you now. Oh well, we've got to get together, tie me down. If you swore you'd change no more, there'd be nothing that our hearts would be good for. Give this some consideration before you turn around. If you love me, you'll believe me, tie me down. Tie me down, oh tie me down. Oh well, you know I never meant to play around. If you love me, you believe me, and I'll go with you now. Oh well, we've got to get together, tie me down. Tie me down, oh tie me down. Oh well, you know I never meant to play around. If you love me, you believe me, and I'll go with you now. We've got to get together, tie me down. We've got to get together, tie me down. Oh well, we've got to get together, tie me down. back memories.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do a song I love. Sometimes I forget to sing this from Kathleen John of Dreams. And basically, the song is telling us that we're all equal when the night comes, regardless of our wealth, our health, our mood. We're all. If you go to sleep and we have dreams, everyone's equal. That's what he's basically saying. It's a bit like, I won't dwell on the subject of death or anything, but when we all go to that particular final stage, the President of the United States and the homeless guy in the street, they all go down under. And it's something I think we need to remember, not to get too hooked up on wealth and rat race and all that kind of stuff.
So
we
true.
all forget it at times, and I'm exceptionally guilty myself, Kathleen, at times. But, getting better as I get older, I think. It's only natural. When midnight comes and people homeward tread, seek now your blankets and your feather bed. Oh, Mr. Rover, his journey's over. Yield up the night time to old John the dreams. Yield up the night time to old John the dreams. Across the hill the sun has gone astray. Tomorrow's cares are many dreams away. The stars are flying, the candles dying. Yield up the darkness to old John the dreams. Yield up the darkness to old John the dreams. Boatman and master in the night are one. All things are equal when the day is done. The prince and ploughman, the slave and freeman, all find their comfort in old John the dreams. All find their comfort in old John the dreams. When sleep it comes, the dreams come running clear. The hawks of morning cannot reach you here. Sleep is a river, flow on forever. And for your boatman, choose old John the dreams. And for your boatman, choose old John the dreams. And for your boatman, choose old John the dreams. after falling asleep. It's a bit like a lullaby, but you love the lyrics. No distinction, and all people are equal when you go to sleep. Anyway, for our friends in North Carolina, Tammy and Margaret are very loyal listeners, and thank you so much. It's just early or middle of the evening for you, I think, out there. It's probably, what time was it? Nearly 5 o'clock, I would think. And thank you for dropping by, and to all our friends in North Carolina, too numerous to mention, because I'm going to leave someone out. So you all know who you are, and we can't wait to get back to see you all. And Tom Coughlin might go there, I'd say, himself someday as well.
He had to go, he had visitors coming, so he had to
Tom,
check out earlier.
Carolina in the Fall. Sing it for you as well. Or it's our second anthem, I suppose, or one of the anthems we sing. And you've got to get over there. And Tammy and Margaret, I'm trying to sell North Carolina to the Irish over here. I'm the tourist consultant. And I know they won't be disappointed, because it's a stunning part of the world, and we love it. As we love all our areas in the United States, we have to be careful here, Kathleen.
I know.
It's mostly east of the states we've been to, from the north to the south, and Florida, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine. Just bragging about that, Kathleen, Vermont. Rick, if you're looking in, hello to Rick up there in the hills of old Vermont. Anyway, here goes. All the places I have been to, all the things that I have seen, since I left my home to wander when I was just 15. Though the traveling was easy, still sometimes the road got rough, and by the time that I turned 35, I thought I'd seen enough. But for me to settle down a while was not what God had planned. So one more time I left my home with my suitcase in my hand. Though the journey took me far and wide across the deep blue sea, and now I know since I've been there where I was meant to be. I've seen the sunsets on the ocean, I've seen the desert bloom, drove the endless highways beneath the prairie moon. Yet the picture in my mind I see when I think about it all is the color of the leaves of Carolina in the fall. For 30 years I sang the songs Doc has taught to me, and the things that he would sing about I never dreamed I'd see. In the hills of Carolina, folks have opened up the door, and for the first time in my life I'm not a stranger anymore. And I've seen sunsets on the ocean, seen the desert bloom, drove the endless highways beneath the prairie moon. Yet the picture in my mind I see when I think about it all is the color of the leaves, Carolina, in the fall. Yet the picture in my mind I see when I think about it all is the color of the leaves, Carolina, in the fall. Well, Tammy and Margaret, if you can get some of photographs of Carolina in the fall over the next few weeks and post them on our stream before or after the show, that would be great. I know we can find them on the internet. There's nothing like getting them straight from people that you know. And I know it's beautiful when the leaves turn. I think they're starting to turn there. Obviously it's down south, so they're probably golden in Maine right now, and Vermont, and slowly moving southwards. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this evening, and as much as we did. And we're heading off to the wedding tomorrow, so we're going to have a great time, Kathleen, yeah?
Oh, for sure.
And we'll sing our anthem before we go, and hope that this COVID thing is, at least we can live with it, and we're safer way. Everyone happy, Kath?
Yep.
When we look and we see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me, God's counting on you. When we look and we see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. When there's big problems to be solved, let's get everyone involved. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. When there's big problems to be solved, let's get everyone involved. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. I'm hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. It's time to turn things around, trickle up, not trickle down. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. It's time to turn things around, trickle up, not trickle down. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. Now don't give up, don't give in, working together we all can win. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Now don't give up, don't give in, working together we all can win. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. What we do now, you and me, will affect eternity. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. What we do now, you and me, will affect eternity. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. Now when we sing with younger folks, we can never give up hope. God's counting on me, Now when we sing with younger folks, we can never give up hope. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. And hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. You take care out there, folks. Thank you for joining us this evening. We'll be back next Saturday for episode 85. Thank you, Kathleen, for being behind the camera and taking all those notes. And we hope to see you next Saturday. Until then, folks, good night. Good, Slánta, Kelleher.